Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to this morning's messages of love from above. I got a new camera, I got a new microphone. So hopefully everything is working good. So let me know if you can hear me okay and if everything looks good there. I think we're good. I think we're good to go. Yep, okay. So just say I'm live. So that's good. And if you are new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. First of all, thank you for being here and being part of this beautiful group of people with huge hearts and great senses of humor. Excuse me. And I'm excited to see what comes in today. Let me just do the pop out of the chat here. Get my desktop all set up. All right. Looking good. Let me change that setting, and we look like we are good to go. So, shout out to one of my YouTube channel members, Nova Rodriguez. Hey, Supernova. Again, thank you so much for helping support the channel through monthly membership, plus, of course, the donations that are made as well. And if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, you can check out the description box of the video. It talks about all about how it all works. And basically, anyone that makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. Normally, I'm going down in order, first come, first serve for the free readings. But when a donation is made, I prioritize those, step out of the free readings, dive deeper into those. Then, when I'm done, I return back to the free readings and continue down in order. With that, I'm usually on for a couple hours. So that usually I get to some of the free readings. If not, we have other things that we will talk about if we get to that point. All right. So I did want to let everyone know this morning I did put out a special pick a card. It's the winter summer solstice. And there's three choices of pick a card that you can do. Plus, added on a special theme card for the entire solstice period for each of the zodiac signs. So there's timestamps with each of the zodiac signs. Plus, I put a little blurb in there about what planets in your birth chart rule over what area of your life. So if you're wanting to dive deep and get the theme of what, like if you're wondering about your connection with your mother or Luna, you can look at your moon sign. If you're wondering authority and with the masculine energy in your life, you can look up your Mars sign. So it's pretty cool. So if you want to check those out, that is all available at that link right there. And then also, this last Wednesday, we put out a pick a card for the Capricorn season. So happy birthday to all you Capricorns. There's a special birthday bonus at the end of it. So enjoy that. And then also, what else was I going to mention? Oh, yeah. And if you don't know, I do have like monthly giveaways. And this video here talks about the winners of November, about the changes I'm making around monthly giveaways, but there's a chance to win a 30-minute past life recorded reading. I know, because one of the other things that I announced earlier is that I'm offering past life readings, and they're half off until the end of this year, as well as my personal reading. So we only got a couple weeks left. I can't believe we're this close to the end of the year. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in any of those things. And all the details are in the description box of the video down below. All right. So let us move this out of the way and we will get started. I am going to use the Enchanted for Haxa Tarot. That's how I'm pronouncing it, but that's what it looks like here for Haxa. All right. And I do have a few donations, so we'll start there. And let me scroll, scroll, scroll. So, Patty, hello, hello. You are up first. And let's give that some love since I can do that. And you want to know what can you expect in the next 3 months? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about what you can expect in the next 3 months? So I like that. Let's see. What is coming up? What is coming up? Okay, I was gonna say the overall energy underneath the surface here is this beautiful lovers card coming in here. So this is about important partnerships, and this can be anything with relationships with whether it's romance or it's family, best friend, reconnecting with someone in your family that you had disconnected from, but it's the forming of important relationships, and it can also be with your higher self. So these next 3 months are really relationship oriented in your life. Let's see what comes in. Okay, definitely confirmed here with the two of water, the two of cups, which is, again, it's like the Lovers card, but in the cup suit. So they both represent relationships. So definitely important, life-changing relationships are coming in here for you. They're being very, I don't know what, focused, very advertised in your life. And then you have the Knight of Air too. And the Knight of Air, Knight of Swords is movement of communication, but it's changing of thought and belief and mindset too. What I feel like what is coming in here for you, Patty, is you're going to be coming across some of these, you know, one side of it is people that you normally would be like, okay, I'm not connecting with these people. But because you've been changing your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets about life and about yourself and just this a lot of shadow work that you've been doing, people that would have been attracted to, you're not, and people that you wouldn't have been attracted to, you are. Healthily though, it's like it would be like people who need rescuing before used to be very attractive and you'd be like, "Oh my gosh," right? And now you're like, "No." You're drawing in higher vibrational people. I love that. The Knight of Eros was saying that some people of the past that you had kind of clashes with, because you both have, um, kind of gone to this new way of thinking and believing, um, you're I don't wanna say you're compatible, but you're not gonna fight and cut each other off at the jugular anymore. You're just like, "You know what? It used to be kinda creepy, but you're kinda cool now." And it's because of the reflections that each of you have done on the inside too. So I like this. There's this beautiful shaking and because your energy has moved up, it's altering these relationships that you've had, with others. So, I like it. What else here? Elder of Fire, King of Wands. Yeah, this really is about you stepping out too. There's a lot to do with relationships where, everyone has their supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the must, and all the blah, blah, blah. The Elder of Fire, the King of Wands is like the Emperor where it's this energy, this courage, this new beginnings that pops up with this energy where before you might have been kind of really impacted by people pleasing. We all are in the beginning, right? And I feel like you did away with a lot of people pleasing, but there was still a few that had such a clutch on you that you have been letting go of, and this continues into these 3 months where you're really standing up for yourself and going, "You know what? I appreciate everyone's opinion, but it's my life. I get to live it." It's like being at a giant dinner table at a restaurant. Everybody has menus, you all agreed on appetizers that you're sharing, which is where your lives overlap, but there is this, when people are going, "This is what you should eat for your main course," and you're the one gonna eat it, you're like, "You know what? Thank you guys, but I have to eat it, so I'm gonna order what I want." And I feel like this is the kind of energy that's coming forward here. Yeah, because you have the 3 of air, the 3 of swords, which is, the heartbreak, the heartache, the fear of disappointment, and so that's telling me here, yeah, this is the letting go of expectations of others because you're releasing yourself, you're from all these rules of supposed to, should, need to, have to, must. This King of Wands is really stepping up into that when you release yourself from the prison of all of these expectations, you release everyone else. Because, when we have a lot of expectations on ourselves, it's like, by golly, if I have to, everyone else is going to too. And so we police it. We become God's little sheriff, reinforcing all these expectations, right? But when we release ourselves, we're like, I turn in my badge. I don't need to do this anymore. I'm free, and I've set everyone else free from my clutches of my supposed tos as well. So this is a beautiful, beautiful unfolding here that's coming in during these 3 months. Very, very relationship oriented. And I like it. And that's what they have for you right now. Patty, so many blessings to you. All right. Supernova. Thank you so much for your multiple nations. You're so kind. Let me give the first one some love here. And let's take a look here. Your first question was, what does your soul want you to know? All right. Let's take a look here. All right. So these are it here. They went that one and these four. That one. And let's see. What's the energy? Okay. So what's the energy on the bottom? What's the underlying kind of overall message here? And they got the star card, which is dreams come true, but also the superstar, being in the spotlight and wishing upon a star. So I like this. So the underlying energy they want to talk to you about is this, your overall dream. What is it? If you were walking along a beach and found a little I call it a mini genie because it's a smaller lamp with one wish. It's not a bigger lamp with three wishes. So this little tiny genie pops up. Hey, you get one wish. What do you want it to be? And you're looking over your life going, what is the thing that I would want to come true? And they're saying that this is a time for you to really, you're determining it, you're clarifying it. And I like that. Yeah. And you have the Four of Air, the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind. Usually the person on there is sleeping on the Ace of Swords, which is connecting to the higher truths, things that are rooted in the capital T truths, rooted in unconditional love, seeing things from the spiritual higher place. And it helps you, it's a double-edged sword. It helps you cut away these fears, these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you anymore. And so there is this shaking out of what is of your higher heart, what part of your dream is, and what is the little whispers of the ego of what we've been taught, the supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be. It's like, okay, for me, it's like, my dream is to help bring messages from spirit. And where the noise comes in is when, like, if I have subscribers drop or I don't get the likes that you're supposed to get, you get all these reports and stuff that YouTube sends you. And, the mind, the ego would be like, oh, this isn't what's supposed to be happening. And we can get caught up in the worldly analysis, paralysis of life, our overthinking, get drawn out into all those things. And you can tell because your heart starts to feel tight and you're like, oh, this is the cage coming in of expectations. What is it? My dream. And when you return back to your passion, then because it's like the star is your north star, your true north, right? You follow the star in the sky to your dream, and if you see the star there, but you're like, our ego and all these supposed to and all that noise tries to drag us off into trying to do everything that the world says you're supposed to, should, need to, have to, blah blah blah. That's what puts the kind of sucks the wind out of our sail with that. And then when we release that, we're like, oh, wait, here's the star. I'm going this way, not that way. And you follow that, then things just naturally unfold. And I like that. Yeah. What is your dream? Here comes that. You get this five of wands here, which is, that transformation of energy that's coming in here. And you have the ace of water, the ace of cups, which is filling up your own heart and overflowing out to the world. So I love this, reminder of this is what your heart wants to do. It wants to fill up itself with that unconditional love from above, fill up and overflow. Your heart comes first. And the five of wands is in transforming your own energy from anything of fear to higher love. That's the whole journey, right? That's your dream for yourself, but also what you've wanted to help others with, right? And so there's this clarity coming in that your soul wants you to know that, the journey is all about self-love. And then when we are it's like if we have gone like down a path, or like we hang around somewhere enough, we can become guides for people. Like if it's a giant amusement park of fear rides, which is what Spirit shows me a lot, and we've been around all the rides and we know where the concession stands are, the restaurants, the Zen garden, we've been around it, right? We can tell other people, you can tell people have a confused look on their face and you're like, hey, did you need some help? And they're like, yeah, where's the restrooms? And you're like, oh, there's some over here, some over there. Like, cool. Or like, we're hungry, we don't know what to eat, and we're like, "What kind of food you looking for?" "Well, there's that restaurant and that restaurant." You start being able to help others with your experience too. That's funny. Yeah. And 2 of Earth. Wonderful balancing of the upper realm to the lower realms coming in here. So, this um bringing down, it's like a cycle, and it's like bringing down the heavens to the earth, experiencing earth, and, then connecting back to the heavens and bringing things back to the earth. So it's cycles. And they say, trust the cycles, trust the experience, because you are here for that adventure and it's okay. We can balance it. If we're too heavenly focused, we don't have roots into the earth. The wind comes, it knocks us over. If we have just roots and not reaching toward the heavens, we don't have any branches for fruit. So it's a wonderful balance between the two, is needed. And then, yeah, 7 of air. So this with the 4 of air, the 4 of swords helps with. This is being aware of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that, deceive ourselves, that feel like we cheat ourselves out of things, or, the lack of belief, in miracles, those things that make us feel blinded and bound and trapped is where we head off onto with the next card after the 7 of swords. So it's allowing yourself the peace and the gentleness to move forward without fear, and knowing that what's truly meant for us never passes us by. But when we're, it's questioning our thought and belief about something. When we feel we can't do something, that's when it's a big, why can't I? Whoa, we have this belief, these things, from the past, that can come in here. So I love this, clarity that's coming in here. So I like it. So, I like that. I like that phrase. So big clarity of what your dream is and what's your North Star. And that just allows you to, keep an eye on that, as you go forward. Just look to the sky and focus in on the star, the dream. And that's what allows you to make decisions too. If there's any confusion around making decisions, that helps, because then you're like, well, should I do that or not? And you're like, well, does that fit in for this dream? No, then why would I want to do that? It's like, I want to focus on this. All my energy and time and money and everything is to go towards this direction. So I like that. All right. So that is the number one question there. Thank you again for that donation. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, love 1, 2, 3, 4. I received it. So go enjoy your shower. We'll catch you on the flip side. It'll be a little bit. And Bernatus Andrew, you wanted to ask if I do free readings? Yeah, I actually have the free readings. I do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, which is around this time, and then also on Friday and Saturday nights at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So I shall return this evening. All right. All right, so let's scroll up here. And so let's go into the number 2 question here, Supernova. Give that some love. And you want to know what made you become so aware of spirit and their energy growing up, even though You were in so much fear. All right, good question. Let's see what spirit wants you to know about. What was this? What was the? Yeah, of course, early in life, right? Yeah. Great. Okay, and then Majestic Love, I did get yours too. So there'll be one more question from Supernova, and then we will be going to Majestic Love, and then to It's Moi, and then to Love 1234, and then back to Patty. So that's kind of how it's going to go here forward for the donations. So just a heads up. All right. So Supernova, you got the energy underneath, which I love this, is the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is, she's granted this a second portion of water, which makes her the master of emotion, deep connection. So you've got a lot of natural connection to spirit that you were just born with. It's like and not knowing your chart, you might see that you might have a lot of water in your chart, or if you look at your 12th house, where if you have any planets in Pisces as well, all of those things come in because like for me, like I've got like 5 planets. Neptune rules over Pisces. I just feel like there's a lot of this energy of you know planetarily, energetically, this character, if you've seen the new Jumanji movies, is it Jumanji? With The Rock and all them, it's like when they tap and they're like, "Whoop, oh, look all my strengths, look all my challenges and stuff." It's like you were born with a natural connection to spirit, and that's one big piece of it. Also, that's the underlying energy of the other cards talk about the 4 of Wands here, which is joy, celebration. And I feel like because you had, even though there was a lot of fear, you also laughed a lot, right? This joy, 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 joy that you also, um, in those moments of joy when you were out of fear and you were laughing and everything, that's the frequency of spirit as well. So that allowed this. And I feel like, and I think yeah, these are like cocoons up here, and I feel like you kinda had this cocoon of laughter, and, I just feel like there was this that you were easily brought to laughter sometimes too, right? And it's those times that helped with all of that. Yeah, and a transformation, I feel like there were, um a lot of endings and beginnings and endings and beginnings and endings and beginnings, especially with this, oh my gosh, yeah. To see in the middle here is a cocoon and someone's coming out of it here. See, this is a cocoon. It's like this rebirth that, happened. And so there was some significant endings and beginnings that happen that help shake. It's almost like you've lived multiple lifetimes in this lifetime. Yeah, even at your own jokes. Hey, I'm on board with that. I go, hey, some of the funniest jokes I hear are the ones I tell myself. but but it's this I feel like you've like had a restart and a rechange, and whether it's going to different schools or things happening in the family, whatever, it just feels like there was these, it's almost like your life was rebooted sometimes, and it was when things were kind of compartmentalized in a way. You kind of looked at that as this life, and you're having a new life. Like the caterpillar goes, I remember the caterpillar life. I remember the time in the cocoon. I remember, the time of, um, yeah, absolutely, And so you've had these changes and had the stuff, and that's like the butterfly goes, well, I remember the cocoon, I remember the caterpillar, but it seems like a whole nother lifetime, even though it was in this lifetime. So it's interesting. I like that. And then these 2 cards came out. Yeah. Here's that Knight of Earth. You had this purpose, your sole purpose that just really ignited things too. The 9 of Air, the 9 of Swords, is the nightmares, the insomnia, and all of that. And I feel like what allowed it here is just, again, there's this inner knowing that's always been there for you, which is your soul, was like, yeah, all these fears and all this stuff, it's, the Knight of Earth, the Knight of Pentacles is about this search for their self-worth, and I feel like you wanted kind of like this full load of all this stuff when you were younger growing up. I mean, not that you're not younger now. I mean, you're still a young whippersnapper, but, we've got this, it was just like all these things you wanted to cram all these experiences early in life to give you this head start. You didn't want an easy childhood so that you would learn things later. You wanted to learn it all. Yeah, exactly. You wanted to, you know, I want the accelerated course. They're like, "Are you sure you want to do that much that early?" You're like, "Yep." They're like, "Initial here." You're like, "Done. Let's do it." And it's because of who you wanna be and what you wanna accomplish in this life. You wanted to experience this stuff so that you could, and it is part of that um, there's something that I read once that really stood out. It's like in times of pain, whether it's emotional pain or physical pain, it's when we're most aware of the spirit world, and that sounds weird, right? But it's because when things are all going happy and that we're distracted, we're thinking the outside world is making us happy, right? And then explosions happen, and we're like, "Oh my gosh!" And we're not having satisfaction. In fact, we have the extreme opposite of pain and suffering and everything that we're experiencing. We don't want that, and so we withdraw. And what do we find when we withdraw? Our heart connecting to spirit, and that's when we're like we feel we can't trust anyone, or we feel like really drawn inward. Then spirit's like, "Hey, I'm here. What's up?" So I like it. Beautiful, beautiful. I love that message. Thank you for asking that question. That's very unique. All right. And then your third question here, let me give that donation some love. Thank you again for your multiple donations, Supernova. And you want to know, how does your human self feel about this life? You're just curious what your cards say about it. Well, let's take a look. We'll tap into your sassy human self. Let's see. How do they feel about life right now? And this will be really, the human side is so influenced by the inner child. So be prepared. Oh, well, that's not bad. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. All of this. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, they got the temperance card and the world card. Two major arcana is this is underneath the surface. This is was on the bottom of the deck, which, there's this slow process, patience, things like that. The world card, they're ready for ending of old cycles and the beginning of a new adventure. They're they're kind of bored with what they experienced in their life here, because on the bottom of the deck, you've got the 10 of water, which they want this feeling of feeling full and overflowing with emotion. You got the page of fire, new passion to come forward, and page of air. They want new ideas, new ways of thinking of things, clarity, to come in here too. Sorry. Come on. There it goes. So beautiful cards here underneath. It's all about endings and beginnings, and that temperance is like they're little tired. They're not tired, like they're just like tired of waiting. It's like a little I just saw this flash in my head of, someone driving, and there's the seats of the car, and all of a sudden from the back seat, because it's showing like looking through the windshield, someone's driving, and all of a sudden this head pops up. It's the inner child. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And it's like they're getting impatient. They're like, come on, I want to go do stuff. And so the that definitely is this energy here of let's move it, move it, move it. I like it. It is hilarious. Like, and we've got the Elder of Earth, the King of Pentacles, and there is this um they're wanting this abundance in the outside world. They're wanting more fullness in the outside world with this. So it's like your human side, your inner child is like, I'm tired of these. It's like a little kid. Again, they go back to the inner child. I'm tired of these toys. I want new toys. I want new adventures. Let's go. They're wanting this fullness of life and they feel like it's out there, which is pretty funny. It's like there's this, they're showing me the hobbits. Their spirit and other people's spirit guides will use my brain and show me a lot of different stuff by tapping movies. As I watched a lot of movies growing up, it was my kind of my safety place. I would go and just watch movies, 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 and they're showing me Lord of the Rings when the hobbits were leaving Hobbitsville and going outside. They had never gone outside of a certain barrier before, and it's about stepping forward from it. Because here, even we have the Nine of Fire, the Nine of Wands, which represents the barrier. Here's the stuff keeping us from moving forward. But it's this inner journey that's going on here that's going to allow you to step forward, because you've got the Elder Earth and the Nine of Fire, and then you have the Nine of Earth and the Queen of Fire, which is like almost the exact opposite. I don't think I can. Well, maybe I can do this. So the Elder of Earth and the Queen of Fire coming in, and the Nine of Fire and the Nine of Earth coming in. So there is this hermit's journey, and they understand, that it's important for you to step into your power, understand your power, also understand your worth and relationship to the outside world. And doing that is what will give you the bravery to step forward and do that, right. And then you have the both the Queen of Fire and the Elder of Earth. Wow, and this is all four elements. Just to Because the queen, she rules over her suit of fire, but all the queens get cups too. So that's you've got the fire and water, and then the King of Earth. Let's see here, Elder of Earth. Sorry for the glare there. They have, so they're ruling over Earth, but they all get air. So that's all four elements, and it's kind of like almost like this magician message of that you have everything you need inside of you. It's just realizing it, and then you're able to move forward in a new way. But so yeah, your human is like, come on, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Pedal to the metal. Why are you going the speed limit for? What are you afraid of? Gonna get a ticket? Let's go. So I like this from your from your human self. And that is what they have for you right now. So your human um, is excited about where you want to head, and they're on board with it. In fact, I feel like they're kind of getting pushy, and like I said, bored. The little kid is bored in the back seat. Too funny. All right, so that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. And again, thank you for your multiple donations. I appreciate that. All right. So, majestic love. There you are right here. So let's grab that here. And thank you for your donation. And let's take a look here. So you want to know, how do things look for Robert and you the rest of the month? The next 2 weeks, right? Boom. So the rest of this month, let's see what they want you to know here. So what is a happening? All right. And what are these here? All right. Well, you know, there is, let me scroll down here. You're welcome, Supernova. I'm sorry, make a sip here too. So you got this, the moon card here. So there's a lot of emotion flowing and some unknowns that are here too. I just feel like something's bubbling from the surface because we have also got the Elder of Water, King of Cups, which, they balance. Let me see here if I can get this to focus better. There we go. So, they're the balancing of the heart and the mind coming in here. So there's some stuff that's bubbling to the surface. And, with the nine of fire here, which in this case represents it feels like there's this barrier of sharing emotion and moving emotion that is coming in. And I feel like this has been going on for a little bit. And I feel like it continues to kind of shake and rattle and roll. Um, it feels like, and you're very intuitive, and I feel like this is a lot of what you're sensing is like, well, there's a lot of emotion that they're not sharing, and why aren't they sharing it? Are they sharing it with someone else? What's going on? I don't know what's happening here, and I just feel like there's this. I don't know. It's like there. It feels like there's just a barrier that's up there. So, I don't see that coming forward. I mean, I just feel like it's something's holding it back, and I feel like you sense that, and you're wondering, "What is this? What is this?" You know, and, I just there's this energy of you've got the Judgment card, which is like your higher self calling you to look at things from a different perspective, but it is double endings and double new beginnings. And we've got the 10 of fire, which is also 10, and we've got the death card, ending death and rebirth, right? So there's all this endings and beginnings coming in here. I do want to get a little nosy because I know it's either things stop being the way they are and they move to a new level, or out. So it's either up or out. Things are not going to stay the same as they are now. And yeah, even on the bottom of the deck, you've got the 10 of air, which is another 10, another ending and beginning. So definitely something here by the end of the year, I feel is going to transform and change. Let's see, is this like an ending? Wow. And you got two major arcana. You got the Hierophant, which is again your higher self calling you to this higher place to look at the capital T truths, and the Temperance card, which is patience. But I almost, well, not almost, I don't know why I say that. I say that a lot, but I feel like you've been patient enough, you know. Yeah, you do have the Hermit card here in the bottom and the Justice card too, which is all this major arcana. I feel like there's going to be this significant transformation. Yeah, you even have the Seven of Pentacles on the bottom, which is another last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. But I feel like the fruit, you've gotten the fruit and you're ready for this change. You're ready for this transformation. I feel like they are gonna continue to draw things out, and it feels like your spirit guides are saying that you've put enough energy and attention into it. That 10 of fire, the 10 of wands is been putting a lot of energy on your side into it, but I don't feel like it's been reciprocated, and it's okay to reevaluate this now and to, you know, withdraw that energy and bring it back to you and figure out what is it that you want to do with your energy, and where do you want to have that come in here. So that's what's coming in, Majestic Love. I just feel like whatever this block, this stagnancy, this not being able to share their emotions, you're like, you know what, I've been very, very patient, and I'm just not going to invest energy in anymore. And you don't have to, if you don't have like an official commitment with each other, um, you know. then you don't even have to tell them. You can just stop investing and let it drift away. And if they go, "Oh, wait, I want it," then all right, then do it. But, don't tell me you want it and then don't put action and fire behind it. And I like this for you, Majestic Love. I feel like it's time for this freedom, for this adjustment of where you're investing your energy. And that's what I feel is coming in right now for these next 2 weeks based on current energies. So, right, my dear, thank you again for your donation and hang in there. Much love to you. All right, let me just double check here. Love 1234, not yet. It's Moi is up, and then you, and then Patty, and then Delcy Joy, and then Supernova. So thank you guys again so much for your donations. It's the donations and memberships that help me eat and keeps me being able to do this. Otherwise, I'd be working a full time job and wouldn't have any energy left to do any of this. I'm sure. All right. So it's Moi. Thank you for your donation. Let me give that some love there. And your question here. So, hey again. So, your question is regarding the online guy. All right. So, what do we see coming out of this connection? You don't think there's a future, but he reminds you so much of your ex when you argue. Oh, how fun! Wonderful reminiscing, right? Let's take a look here. What is unfolding, and what does Spirit want you to know about this connection? Yeah, I see the 8 of Wands here. So there's a lot of fire here for sure. There's a lot of passionate draw. I know sometimes that's an alarm in itself, right? You're really attractive. You must be trouble. Right, let's take a look here. That's the underlying energy. And let's see what we have here. All right. Right. Okay. So I heard a ticking. It was my other coffee mug. It was the air was sipping out. I'm like, do you guys hear that? Tuck, tick, 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 tick. So it's interesting. There's a lot going on here. So I can see what's happening, why it feels so like the draw is there because you have the Knight of Water, the Knight of Cups, which can be movement of emotion, can be this flag of playa, someone who's a romantic that loves the feeling of romance, but doesn't like all the stuff that is connected to romance, right? Meaning like they don't feel like they don't want commitment, they don't want to have to do anything, they just want romance to be brought to them, right? It's like, okay, interesting. And we had the Justice card here and the balancing out, and I feel like this is a lot of what is going on for you here, which is, you know, the scales balancing, and that you're realizing more and more of what you're wanting in your life. And this is great. I feel like they are a beautiful mirror because, like, this is the door I normally would go down, and you're like, you know what? This door is looking more attractive. The snake, no, I don't want to go and do what I've always did to get what I've always gotten, right? And I don't want that type of energy for myself, right? And you got the Elder of Earth, the King of Pentacles, which is their one of the big things that the king shares is their, about their journey of worth and in relationship to the outside world. And it is abundance. It is this fulfillment that you're being. It's like they're giving you some extra knowledge that's coming in here with this, and it's like you're really learning a lot and reflecting a lot with all of this. So you've got movement here, both with the Six of Swords and the Chariot card, moving away from letting old ways of thinking go and moving into new ways. The Chariot card is the power of choice coming in. And I like this for you, especially with this passion, all this excitement. It's attractive, but at the same time, I like that you're having this, you know, ahas through all of this and stepping into your power through this. And they're not showing me, well, they kind of are showing me that it will eventually abruptly end with the Tower card. And they do want to show you that. And but you have the Magician card, which is stepping into your own power and moving forward. And I feel like you're the one that puts an end to it suddenly. And I like this because you've got, beautiful cards underneath that too, where it leads to with the World card, which is ending of major cycles, beginning of new adventures, the Four of Cups. Tired of the three spilt cups of, bored with the old way, like, oh, that again. I'm tired of this, this doing what I've always done and getting what I've always gotten, right? And but I feel like it's necessary here. Um, they were a necessary mirror, and I love that it's online because um, physically we can, and when we get entangled physically in the physical world, sometimes it's hard to think about things because our physicalness is so, it's like a distraction in a way. When we're able to look at a mirror just communicatively and mentally, we're able to question a lot of these things, and the fear, I mean, not the fears, well, it's fears, but lower vibrational emotions that pop up, um, really allow us to see things more clearly. And I feel like that's what's coming in here. The chariot, back to the chariot, which is about that power of choice. I get to choose the story I put to it. I'm the one that gets to choose the emotions I want to feel. I'm the one that gets to choose what energy I want to put in. And I'm the one that gets to choose what physical action I want to take. And there's this big empowering energy that's coming in with all of this, for you. It's moi. And I don't feel like it goes anywhere. I think you're right on the money there with your question. I'm sorry, with your statement about, you know, I don't feel like it's going anywhere, but I'm ready to do that. Let's see. Oh, I just see you had made another comment here. It's so strange how you've grown a little attached to some guy, even though you're happily single for 2 years. Feels like maybe I'm not ready for a relationship. Oh, yeah, and I feel like this is part of it is a movement. It's allowing you to go, you know what I want, what I don't want. And I feel like you've done a lot of inner work over these last 2 years. And I feel like this was like it's like your soul wanted to test your waters, right? And go, will I fall for the old? And I feel like you're like, well, it's attractive and it looks right, but you're like, no, I want to try something new. And I feel like this is what is happening here, especially with the four of water, the four of cups, usually has someone that is leaned up against a tree, looking at the three cups, going, "Bleh," bored with it. And the ace of cups is being offered, which is a higher love, which I feel is what this is all about. And I feel you're ready to step up to a new level within your own self love. And that's what we're truly searching for. And then it doesn't mean that we stop wanting love from the outside, it just stops falling short because it can't give us the love we're truly searching for, which is the Ace of Cups, the chalice, to where we can be filled from above with that eternal, unconditional love of the spirit world. That becomes our foundation. Like the King of Pentacles, they like the outside world is unstable. And when we define our worth and our love by the outside world, we feel unstable. We get bored with that. We get tired of the disappointment and we turn inward and upward and like, ta-da, that's the love that I want. Like Whitney Houston's, the greatest love of all is right here inside of me, right? But then we fill up and it overflows to the world and we don't look at the world as lacking anymore because we're finding what we need in our heart inside of us. And then what anyone gives becomes above and beyond extra instead of lacking and falling short. So I feel like you're in the middle of this and it's a great awareness that you're having you're taking this power back about other people's actions or non-actions, words or non-words, meaning something about you, and you're realizing, no, I'm the one that gets to choose the story about what something means about me, what I want to feel, my energy and my actions. I can't control theirs, and I don't want to control theirs. I just want to be responsible for my own. And there's this empowerment that's coming through this. So hopefully that helps. It's moi. That's what's coming through for you. And yeah, hey, new subscribers coming in. Yeah, check out the description box of the video. It talks about how all of the readings work if you want to do that. Free readings are first come, first serve, but donations I do prioritize and step out and dive deeper into those. All right, very good. It's moi. Hang in there, my dear. And thank you again for your donation. Hang in there. All right. So, love, one, two, three, four. You are up next. And let me just scroll down here. All right. And just make sure where I'm at. All right. Very good. So, thank you for your donation. I think I thanked you, but I'd rather thank you twice than not at all. So let's take a look here. I am doing well. Hope you're doing well. And you asked here, oh, the text. So who was that from? Interesting. Let's take a look here. Well, all right. Anything else about this here? Yeah, the moon card coming in here, it feels like this is from an unknown source because it's the hidden and the unknown. And they have the hanged man, which is, yeah, don't do anything with it. Hang around, hang up, don't answer it. It just feels like it's a an unknown number. So I feel like it's just almost it feels like what is this unknown? I don't think it's a telemarketer, but they have the two of air. They're just saying close your mind and open your heart. Um, trust your intuition with the moon too. But it feels like it's an unknown, uh, not an unknown but hidden. There's like hidden stuff, and the hanged man is all about waiting, and again, hanging around, not not doing anything with it. They're like, close your mind, open your heart, follow your heart, and don't let, whatever this text was, don't let it take you anywhere. I just feel like they're saying, don't do it, don't do it. They have the three of water. It looks like a third party type of situation. Was there someone that you might have erased their number? Yeah, elder of air. You've got the King of Swords, so clarity of communication. Yeah, it's really weird. Um, yeah, it's like they're saying not to take action here with it at all. It just feels very. I want to say like there's even though they had the Ace of Fire, it's like not to act on it, which is totally opposite of what normally the ace of wands would be. But it's like there's some sort of action that someone's trying to make towards you, not in a negative way. It might be like that's why I keep on feeling like if it's either it feels telemarkety, but it almost feels like it's someone just trying to reconnect to get something out of you, if that makes sense. It's that kind of energy that's there. So, again, we've got, yeah, it almost feels like that, where it's like someone wanting to reconnect for a booty call, if I'm being honest. But they're saying, Queen of Air, balance your heart and mind. Again, with that the two of air, they're like, don't do it, don't do it. I just feel like they're like there's so much with that moon card. There it was like I got strong energies that there's so much hidden and unknown with it to don't 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 respond to it, like delete it or block it or whatever and just say no. I don't even respond. Who is this or anything like that. Just excuse me, delete it and let it go out of your mind. I know, right? It happens, you know. Um, so it's like, nah, nah. So yeah, definitely just delete it or block it is the message there. But I do feel like it's whatever it is, whoever it is, there's just so much hidden and attached to it. Your spirit guides are going, weep, weep. You know, the alarms are going off, and they're saying, no, no, don't even. You know, it will just it just encourages someone, and so you don't even want to just block, delete, and move on. Close your mind, let it go, and open your heart and go, "What do I wanna do today?" Put your passion forward on what on you. So interesting. But that's what they have for you, there, Love 1234. So thank you again for your donation, and delete, delete, delete. Alright. Alright, so that is up there, and then Patty, you are up next. Thank you for your additional donation. Let's give that some love here. And then we'll have Delcy Joy next, and then Supernova, and then Brenda, and then Barb. Thank you guys so much for all your donations. I appreciate you guys. So, Patty, let's take a look here. Any career and financial changes based on current energies that are coming forward here? What does Spirit want you to know here? All right, and those three. What else? What else about career and financial changes? All right. What's going on underneath the surface here? All right. Well, I do like the energy underneath the surface. You do have the Page of Cups, which is a new happiness coming in, and you do have the Magician card too, which is some action and taking some action coming forward here. So there is something that's coming forward that you're going to need to take action on that is a positive thing with those energies coming in here. So let's take a look and see what we've got. All right. Okay. Right. Yeah. So you definitely have a change coming because I don't mean to laugh when I'm looking at cards. People are like, oh my God, what is it? But you've got the death card and the judgment card, which endings and new beginnings, you know, a transformation, a death, and a rebirth. Judgment card, double endings and double new beginnings. And it's your higher self calling you to this higher place. And I love that was there because you've got this we'll present them this way because you've got the 5 of air, the 5 of swords, which is the ending of an internal conflict. And I feel like your heart has been battling with your mind, going, well, this is the thing to do, you know, that makes sense. And the heart's going, yeah, but it's boring and I want to live. I don't want to exist and check things off of a checklist. I want to live and you know, get excited every day when I wake up, right? That's what your higher self is drawing you to, something that's more of your passion than a job, right? And you even have here with this temperance here, which is this you know, balancing of things and the patience of stuff. And I feel like you've been patiently waiting for things to unfold, and they're going to start to change here because you also have the 8 of earth, 8 of pentacles, which means that you have been putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, learning, growing, focusing on yourself, maybe even learning new skills, maybe even going to school. I don't know what, you know, this is all about, any of that. It's putting in the work like someone who's an apprentice working towards becoming a master. And this says here that you've been patiently doing whatever this is and you're ready now. And the 8 of pentacles is about the outside world will start to move. There's this movement that's happening, that things are opening up. This is all that death and that rebirth, and things can't stay the way they are. This is where it's coming to a head with that Five of Swords. It's like a decision will be made, um, and you're going to come to this kind of crossroads, not even crossroads, but it's more of a fork, because you can't go forward the same way that you've been going. It's like, the Eight of Pentacles for me is like you're going like this. Let me see, going like this, and you have to go. You're either going to go up where you're at or out into somewhere else, and it's you that's choosing it. Like, I can't just keep doing the same status quo anymore. I am ready for something new and something higher, and I feel like you are going to take a higher path instead of a lower path. You're like, I feel like you're going to wanting to expand and do something greater with your life. And I feel like what's happening here is that you're going to get this clarity of what you truly want, what your heart wants, and your mind goes, fine, it's not going to shut up. Your heart's not going to shut up until your mind goes, fine, how can we make this happen? Let's put a plan together. Geesh. So I love it for you, because there's nothing more amazing in our lives. I feel that when we're loving what we're doing, and then you happen to get paid for it too. So I love that whatever this is, if it is going back to school, if it is doing other things, it definitely, uh, I feel, is coming here for you. So I like that for you, Patty. And so definitely, but I feel like it's you that's just like, I can't take it anymore. I can't just continue forward. I am making a change. And it's your mind going, fine, let's put a plan together. I know what my dream is. I know what my heart wants. I'm not going to take any barriers, or whether it's financial, or you feel you're not capable, or whatever those old feelings are, those old accusations the mind is saying, the heart saying, screw you, I'm going to do what I want anyway, and you can help me, or I'm taking over. And the mind goes, well, I'd rather work with you than be at war with you. And this battling going back and forth is ending. That's funny. Your brain is like surrendering to your heart, going, the white flag, I surrender. Fine. Let's work together. I love it. So that's what they have, Patty. I'm excited for you. All right. Many blessings to you. All right. So, Delcy Joy, hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. And thank you for letting me be your first super chat, or yeah, super chat here on YouTube. So thank you for that and for your donation. And you said your vision has worsened after surgery. If you sue, will you win? Oh, okay, I'm so sorry. Let's take a look here. We'll see what Spirit has to say. I do have to, whenever there's like medical and legal and financial and all that kind of stuff, I do have to have a disclaimer here in the United States. It's in the description box of the video, but it basically says, I'm not a licensed, medical professional, legal counsel, financial advisor, anything like that. So ultimately, everyone has to make their own decisions, and tarot is designed for entertainment purposes. So, but let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you, Delcy. Let's take a look here. If you sue, will you win? Anything else? Is it just going to be one card? Let's take a look here. What else? All right. You want always extra advice. We take it from Spirit what we want here. All right. Well, it seems positive here. You've got the Elder of Earth on the energy on the bottom, which is the King of Pentacles, one of the abundant cards that comes in. So it does feel like if you sue, that there would be this. The one card that came out first was the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Fire, which is about being in the spotlight, standing true to yourself, the sun not dimming its light, and not worrying about needing to defend yourself. Um, so definitely, um, with those two cards coming out, we'll see what these other four are that came out. I would definitely at least see if you can get a free consultation with someone to see what their recommendations are with all of that. Let's see what we have here. All right. All right. Well, the other cards that came out pretty much tell us the story. You got the Wheel of Fortune, which is, again, an abundance card coming in. You got the 10 of Air. So the Wheel of Fortune is a number 10. You got the 10 of Air, which is letting go of your fears and, you know, not feeling like you have to live up to all these expectations and fearing outcomes. It just feels it feels very positive here with these cards because you also have the Knight of Fire, the Knight of Wands, which is fast moving energy, and the Fool card too. And the Fool card does have this about new beginnings that are free of restrictions, like the Ten of Air would be. So there definitely is this ending and beginning that comes through all of this, and it feels positive. The Wheel of Fortune tells us that everything in our lives does unfold for us, and sometimes our human has a hard time getting on board with it. Like, how would my eyes, worsening? How would that be for me? But uh, with this situation with the Wheel of Fortune, it says that even your human is on board with whatever the outcome is that comes through all this, through the through if you sue. So it's supported here with all this endings and beginnings and movement forward to get a consultation legally, and then follow your heart with that. But it does feel uh, like abundance that comes in with all of this. So hang in there, my dear. We send you lots of love for your vision and clarity of mind and thought and heart as you're going through all of this. So much love to you, my friend. All right. Very good. All right, Delcy. Hang in there. All right. And then Supernova, thank you for your additional donation. Let me give that some love here. And hey, Anna. Shout out to another one of my Praying Mantis members. Hello, hello. Thanks for jumping in to say hello. Shout out to you. I love how the YouTube, my members, the little name appears in green. You get a little badge and then all those emojis too. You like those, Supernova? I like those. All right. So he said, last question. Oh, here you go. So, what do your spirit guides have to say about your future and how your human self will move forward? All right. Good question. Let's take a look here. Let me just shuffle these up. All right. Whoa. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Wow. All right. Cards are flying everywhere. Look out. Anything else? And those. All right. So you wanted to know, what do your spirit guides have to say about your future and how they will move forward? All right. Okay. Okay. Wow. I definitely. Okay. I love your spirit guides. Yeah. Okay. So, the underlying energy underneath the bottom of the deck, I've been looking at those lately, being nudged by spirit. Got the Page of Earth, the Page of Pentacles. New fruit, new harvest, new abundance, new opportunities that come forward here. So, your future definitely is going to be full of some opportunities and things, coming forward for you, new fruit growing, with all of that. How does your human move forward with your life here? I want to show you these because you've got like two, two, three, three. So the first two that come up here is you have the Tower card is sudden change, things being removed out of your life on purpose for a purpose to make space for other things. And the Page of Fire is new passion, new drive, new energy that comes in. So it's like this energy of how does your human move forward? Well, it's like your path is opened up. Things are moved out of your life. Things are obstacles are burned out of the pathway for you to blaze forward with all of this. And so this tower energy is suddenness. It's sudden change, sudden things move, and you're like, oh look, I can just go this route. It's like they're showing me like traffic. They like visuals with you. It's like you're stuck in traffic on a busy street and the side street's closed off and you're just sitting there and you're like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna be sitting here forever." And suddenly, police officer comes over, moves a barricade and goes, "Hey, you can go this way." And you go, "Really?" And you're out of traffic and you're moving fast in a direction. That's the kind of energy that they're showing here. You also have here's the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Wands, which here's that like the Page of Wands, the Ace of Wands is new passion, new things coming in, flooding in, movement, movement, movement. And the Wheel of Fortune does have this way that you're human really something that puts fire into your belly is realizing that whatever unfolds in your life is always unfolding for you and that the Tower card and the Wheel of Fortune are 2 cards that have this interesting connection because the Wheel of Fortune is like, you can trust that you're not on an out of control drama train that's about to leap off the tracks and explode, that you're actually like on a monorail train at Euro Disney or Disney World or Disneyland, which is attached to the track and it's smooth moving. It has its exact stops. Everything is purposely happening. And for us. And I know the Wheel of Fortune usually says, sometimes our human goes, "How is that for me?" Because it's like, I don't get it. And sometimes we won't understand things until later in life. And we build up this trust with spirit that everything is unfolding for us and that they're going to bring things in for us. And I feel like that's how your human moves forward is paying attention, allowing this fire to burn within them. You've got the Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Both are about new passion, new action, 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 right? And I like this because you also have, again, the Star card here. So that your dreams come true, like taking action towards your dreams. You've got the Knight of Fire. So, movement, again, this is the fastest moving knight out of them all. And it's about action, action, fire, fire, movement, movement towards your dream and connection to the spirit world, diving deep into your emotions and your subconscious, connecting deep into emotional, your emotional ocean that's underneath the surface. And there's also this, paying attention to the moon cycles and understanding how the moon impacts your your energy, your emotional energy. I mean, I can see even having an album that's about all the different, moon in Aquarius, moon in Pisces, and that there's because we're such emotional beings, we're so influenced by it. I've actually just got right here, and there's a lot of this free online, but there's things like a planetary guide that, it'll actually tell you, what energy, it says like the moon, like here isn't like sorry, that was blurry. Like the moon is moving into Aquarius these next couple days and then into Pisces. And so, knowing that the Aquarian energy is impacting our emotions, which is sudden change and um, rebellion against the old ways. It's like you can feel the difference in the energy, and then boom, Pisces energy kicks in. Severe water, psychic, emotional energy. And so we know that those couple days, because it changes every 2 to 3 days. So being aware of your energy and being aware of and you can even go to like astro.com or websites. There's a lot of free content out there. You can just say, moon in Aquarius, or what sign is the moon in? And it'll take you to places going, today the moon is in, whatever it is. And what I like about like this particular book, they are very much about um, the moon's um, the moon's impact on us. And so they have like even a section that talks about the moon through the signs, and it tells you specifically how that happens. And but they have a ton of that on the internet too. If you're not wanting to invest in any kind of books or anything first, you can kind of delve and make your own notes, and even do a moon journal where you make note of like, when the moon is in Aquarius, how does it impact me? It's like, this is what I'm feeling during this time. And if you look back, because every 30 days we go through the entire zodiac in the moon, you can even look into that. So it's pretty interesting. Yeah, because you've got this movement that's coming in here. You've got the three of earth, the three of pentacles, being true to your authentic self, the five of water, which is about moving from, the crying over emotions to standing in our power. And you've got the 10 of water, which is this feeling of fullness and overflowing and joy. And I feel like this is just like this journey that you're discovering who you truly are in a wonderful adventure. And I feel that's how your human gets through a lot of this, is because you are really looking forward to this joy that's the spring within you, and discovering who you really are. And as you step away from the old ways of feeling and the old ways of thinking, and you're it's like Rumi, one of my favorite that I mention a lot, that one of their favorite um their famous sayings is, you don't have to find like capital L love, or really who we are. We just need to discover the obstacles that we have created between us and it, through our fears and through our conditioning in the human form. And we just begin to remove pieces from us. And I like that. So damn excited. I know I would be too, all the time. So I love that for you, Supernova. So enjoy that. Enjoy. Yeah, that's one of my favorite too. I love that butterfly carrying the caterpillar. That story just cracks me up. Spirit is amazing. Just have to say. All right, just gonna take a quick sip here. Excuse me. All right. So Brenda Tejada, hello. Thank you for your sticker. And you'd like a general for today. All right. Let me just give these a shuffle and let's see. What do we have here? What does Spirit want you to know for today? All right. So they want that and they want that. They do want this one and that one and that top one. All right. So for today, what do we have here? All right. It is a day of some change. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So feel here, you've got the energy underneath. I love these being underneath the energy at the bottom of the deck for today. It is a time of birthing here, of something like an opportunity, a birthing of something happening today. Because both of these cards with that energy underneath, pretty cool. So we like that. You also have, on the actual cards that came out, on either side, you've got these bookends, which are fives. You got the five of air and you got the five of earth. And both of these are about a change and a switching. There's this um, awareness, this movement, because it's the five is the number of change. And they don't want me to go into like the 5 of air is about the mind, but the 5 of pentacles is about changing the outside world, right? And worth. So thoughts about worth are transforming a bit here. It's what's also interesting is that in the middle, because you got like a a card, a card, a card, a card, and then these two in the middle. You got the 7 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, 2 of the slowest moving things, patience type of um, kind of energies. Slowest moving knight out of them all, and the 7 of Pentacles is like the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And I feel like this is saying that you've been patient with all this birthing and stuff underneath the surface. It definitely feels like that there is some stuff that you've been looking at. Because on one side, you've got the devil card, the Capricorn Saturn energy, which is you've been looking at your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and some ways of thinking about life in the past. And so there is this, I feel like this is where the conflict has been happening about worth and who you are and why do I feel that way about myself and about the world and about people. And I just feel like you've been through this a lot. And then here comes the tower, which in this case, we love the tower because the tower is sudden change. Suddenly, something gets removed out of here. All of this waiting that you've been doing, the slowness, this patience. It's like you've been trudging through this deep mud, throwing rocks out of your knapsack so you don't have to carry this weight around with you anymore. There's this release that's coming with all of this and this beautiful birth that's happening. So I feel like you're having some great ahas today about what you've been thinking about and going through and it just feels like I don't know some bright lights, like a giant light bulb going off and you're like, I know what I want to do. It feels like actually I'm reading you right now, Brenda, so you can rewind a little bit. But I do feel like it's a day here of a birthing of something, and that you're just like, okay, I've I've held myself back long enough. Something triggers today where you're just like, okay, that's it. I'm making this decision. I'm going this direction. It feels very mother nature, mother nurture for yourself. You're doing something for you and you're just like, I'm done. I'm done waiting. I'm done doing all this. I've been very patient. I've had it all. I've been taking all this energy and this time to do this, and you're ready. You're ready for this, you know, for this new beginning. You're ready for this ending and beginning, this birthing of something new, and it's a great opportunity. So, yeah, definitely head forward in whatever direction you've been. You're like, okay, you have everything you need to know, and you're like, okay, I'm going to do this because I need to be in my corner for this, and I feel like this is what's coming in. So hopefully that helps, Brenda. It's about Matthew. All right. And again, thank you so much for your donation. But that's what they want for you for today. All right. And then Barb, thank you so much for your donation. Let me give that some love here since it lets me. And you want to know, is it best for you to go alone tonight? And when will you receive an answer about the job you want? And will it be a positive response? All right. So let's take a look here. Let me shuffle these up here. All right. So, is it best for you to go alone tonight? Is it for your highest experience? Because there's really no shoulds in the spirit world. It's more everything is a choice, and it just is a different brings different experiences. Is all. So we'll take a look at that, and then will you receive an answer about the job you want? Okay, and is that a positive response? All right. So let's take a look here. Should you go alone tonight? So you've got the 3 of air, which is the expectations equal disappointment, and the 10 of fire, which is about a lot of energy being invested in something that you can look at and revamp it and kind of redirect their energy into something else. So I feel like they're saying here, it's like there's this ending to fears, ending to expectations, endings of the way you think something should go or should not go. And I feel like that's what's keeping you from deciding what you're wanting to do here. And I feel like Spirit is saying that if you close your eyes and go, all right, I'm going to take all that energy I'm investing in trying to live up to people pleasing and everyone else. And in that moment, what would I want to do? You close your eyes and you open your heart, and your heart goes, I want this. And you'll know right away with this here. Because I feel like there's some people pleasing that's involved with these two cards together. And it's like, it's almost exhausting trying to please everyone all the time, right? And tonight it's about doing what you want. And I feel like Spirit's saying, let all the fear go, let all that energy you're investing there, let all it come back to you. And even if you're like, I don't want to go, then don't go. It's like you putting yourself first tonight. So if you want to go alone, go alone. If you don't want to go at all, don't go at all. If you want to take someone, do it. I feel like they're like, just take a big deep breath, close your eyes, come into your heart and go, I know what I want, but don't fear about what anyone else will think and make that decision. So it's like, uh, whenever I get that kind of answer where they're not telling you which one, it's like the outcome isn't significantly impacted either or what you're going to do, but they want to make this a learning opportunity for you to step into your power and allow your energy to come back to you and go, you know what? I get to decide for me tonight. Boom. So I like it. All right. So that's what they have for that, Barb. And then, so will you receive an answer about the job you want? All right. I feel like you will. All right. Yeah. So, you do have the Knight of Air, which is movement of communication, and the Nine of Water, the Nine of Cups. Wishes come true. So you do receive an answer from them. So that is basically saying yes, your wish that you'll hear back from them does come true. And so that is a yes. And will it be a positive response? I feel like with these that it's a very empowering one because the 8 of Pentacles shows that you've been putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, the attention to job and to work and for that part of your life. And it's like moving from an apprentice to a master. And so it's movement up and it's movement in the outside world. That feels very positive. You got the Council of Monarchs, which is the Emperor in the standard tarot, and I love how they present this because the emperor rules over all 4 areas of your life, and this feels like a positive response because it's you taking charge of your life and not trying to do what everyone else is telling you should do, and I feel like this is a step in doing something for yourself, and I love this for you because the emperor has a lot of people, advisors, blah 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 blah, in their ear, giving them all the advice and supposed tos and shoulds and expectations of the emperor goes, thank everybody. You can all leave the throne room now, and I'm going to decide because it's my kingdom. And I feel like you are deciding what you're wanting to do with this. It's very empowering. Um, and don't be afraid to ask for what you want with this too. It's Aries is new beginnings energy with this emperor too. So it feels very positive there, Barb, because a new beginning and with things rolling and flowing in the outside world with that 8 of Pentacles. I really like that too. So, yeah, I feel like you're at a place in your life with that 8 of Pentacles too that you just can't, things can't stay the way they are anymore. It's like you become a butterfly, but you're still trapped doing caterpillar things, and you're like, "Let me out of this cocoon. I gotta fly." And so I'm excited for this because I do feel like you do have the opportunity to fly with all of this. So I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So many blessings, Barb, and thank you again for your donation. And then scroll, scroll, scroll to Johanna. Hey, Johanna. Thank you so much for your donation. Let me give that some love here. And you would like to get a general reading? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. Let's give these a shuffle. Let's see where we are at here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Okay. Anything else? Right, those two. And the energy on the bottom of the deck is the Five of Water, which does talk about stepping into your emotional power and realizing your power of emotional choice. So let's see what that energy brings in with these cards that came out. Let's see what's your first one here. Yeah, so 10 of air, 10 of swords. This is about being exhausted, the endings and beginnings when it comes to trying to live up to everyone else's supposed tos, shoulds, need tos, have tos, musts, and all that, right? And they're just, I'm sick and tired of being disappointed and disappointing others. I'm just tired of all these rules. And that's the breaking away from that coming in here. So I love that because it's like I'm tired of feeling this lower vibrational emotion, tired of feeling exhausted and mentally exhausted, trying to make sure I'm pleasing everyone else. And how am I trying to control everyone to make them obey these rules that I've grown up with? And the 10 is like, enough. I've had it. I'm done. And I love that kind of energy that's coming in there for you. And then let's see what we have here. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, there we go. So the three cards that came together after that are the full card, which is comes after the world card, which is ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures, and the full card is the new adventure, free of expectations. It's like a little, a 1-year-old that hasn't been taught all the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts of life. It's not being praised for doing what people want them to do or punished if you don't. There's no bad boy, bad girl, good boy, good girl. It's just I'm living and I don't I can't understand you. I don't understand language. So I'm just doing what I want. And it's beautiful. There's this freedom that comes in. And along with that, you have the Empress, two major arcana here with this is creativity, joy, um, new birth, mother nature, mother nurture, nurturing yourself, sensuality, you're expressing yourself and you're choosing for you. And I love this energy because you are like, you know what? I've been towing the line, doing what everyone wants me to do, acting the way I thought everyone wants me to act, feeling the way I'm supposed to feel, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, I'm done. I got to be me. And you do. You have the three of water coming in, which is the Three of Cups, joy, celebration, as well. Another three, like the Empress. But this is also talking about knowing that you're never alone. You're surrounded by your posse of support, all these beings of unconditional love and light, your ancestors, your loved ones on the other side, your spirit guides, your angels, your guardian angel. All of these are there for you, helping you celebrate and helping you in your life, but they're also drawing in with this three of water a new group of like a new tribe, someone else that you call family, which is your family, your chosen family. And it's can be as very small. It could be as small as two best friends where you're three peas in a pod. But there's this drawing in here with all of this that's bringing in new opportunities for you around community as you're just getting out of the old rut and getting out of the old groups that you've been hanging around lately. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah. So you have the Hermit energy here and the 5 of fire. So this transformation of this energy here with the 5 of fire is moving the energy from emotions of fear to emotions of love. In this hermit card, it's like they're saying here that you've been in your hermit mode, you've had your time to yourself, and this is where a lot of this transformation has come from, where you've been enjoying some silence moments, right? And some peace of heart and peace of mind, that when the stuff bubbles up, it's really extra loud, um, for you. But there's this definitely transformative energy that's bringing in, these opportunities coming up. And I like this for you. It's like, just trust that you can let the people pleasing go. And if you're afraid someone is going to reject you for not doing or being, not doing what they feel you are supposed to do, or being who they want you to be, you can let them go. If they're like, well, I can't be in your life if you're not going to be who I want you to be. You're like, okay, have a nice life. That's your choice. I got to be me though. I can't stand trying to, be something I'm not. And so I love this coming in here for you. So hopefully that helps you, Hannah. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. All right, Barb. Yeah. And Barb, if you're still here, yeah, that's definitely when things become so uncomfortable where we're at. It's what we've asked to happen to us, so we can't stand being where we're at anymore. Because if it's comfortable, we'll stay, but if it's so unbearable, we're like, the fears are out the door. We're like, I don't care anymore. It's like giving birth the first time, which of course I've never given birth, but so many of my female friends and spirit has told me that, when you get to the point where, you're fearing your first birth, you're like, how is that baby going to fit out of there? And it's like scary, right? And what's going to happen? And but as you reach like 7 months, 8 months towards birth, you're so full of baby that you're like, oh, it's so uncomfortable. You're like, I don't care, get it out of me. And that's what I feel is coming there for you, Barb. So I love it. All right, so I'm gonna be on. Yeah, right. You can relate. You're like, "Ah, I'm living it." All right. Thank you for your sense of humor. All righty. So I think that's it for my donations. And thank you guys for all of you that have been waiting patiently for your free readings. I'm going to be on for about 20 more minutes. And then what I will do is whatever free readings I don't get through now, after this session, I go to a praying mantis member only session for about an hour. And then I'm going to go eat and run an errand. And then I'll come back on later this afternoon and complete out as many free readings as I can. And then I will be back this evening at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, which is about 5.5 hours from now as well. So I shall return at that time. All right. And you can still no, I haven't. I'm just now starting the free readings, Alexis. And if anyone wants to prioritize their reading, of course, a donation of any kind, I'll move you to the front of the line as well. But in the meantime, I'm going to jump to the top, and we will start with the first free reading, which is Anjushri Dubey. Hello, hello. You want to know what is coming towards you? So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know here? All right, so they're giving you one card for this today, which is the Ace of Earth, or the Ace of Pentacles, which is about new abundance, new opportunities coming towards you. And the root of all this is because of the inner work that you've been doing, right? Um, you've been looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. And because of that, you're opening up the possibilities, and you're changing your um, energies, because like attracts like. So if I'm focusing my energy on I don't deserve something, then I'm telling the universe, I really enjoy feeling like I don't deserve something. So can you keep things from me? And they're like, sure, we'll do what you like. And you're like, okay, so hold that stuff away from me for a while. And then you're like, okay, I'm done. I feel like I deserve this now, this thing that I want. So you can bring that to me now. And they're like, okay, here it comes. And I love this because it is about you stepping into your power, your self worth, this confidence in who you are and what you deserve, which opens up this um, kind of portal of abundance, a portal of opportunities to come towards you. So I love that for you, Anjushri, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Aditi, hello, hello. Anything that you need to know? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right, here's your two cards here. All right. So you got some little earthy energy happening here with both the Nine of Earth, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Elder, the King of Pentacles. So this energy that we learn here, the King of Pentacles, of course, goes through all of the pentacles. And so they're full of wisdom about how the outside world works. And the Nine of Pentacles teaches you that, it's nine is the hermit's journey, so it's this kind of independence that you're learning, this way of looking at who you are and the power that you have over your life, kind of like we were just talking about, where you're realizing your worth and relationships to the outside world in a different way, where you're not defining yourself by all this out here, people, like relationships, situations, and things. You're turning inward and upward and realizing that's the only stable foundation of worth that we can find on this plane. Eternal, unconditional love. Eternal, forever. That's pretty solid and stable, right? Unconditional, no conditions, nothing we can do to lose it, nothing we have to do to gain it. It's just ours. Outside world, people, situations, and things unstable. People change, people walk away, people pass away. Situations like jobs, education never stay the same. Things, our bodies, our bank accounts break down, blow up, burn down, stolen, deteriorate, unstable, right? And so when we're taught, like we all are, define yourself by that, we feel unstable until we're tired of feeling unstable. And then we turn inward and upward and go, there it is, stability. And I feel like this is what is coming in here, is this independence from the outside world, and that you're finding this full foundation of who you are on the inside. And that is what they have there for you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. And if you guys are enjoying free readings, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. That does tell me that you guys are enjoying these, and it encourages me to continue doing them. So it's something everyone can do for free. Does help spread the Zen love too. So you get to be part of the Love Tsunami. So thank you guys for doing that. And I do have a donation. Amanda, hello, hello. Let me give that some love here. Thank you for your donation. Hey, hey. So what are C's thoughts and intentions towards you? All right, let's give these a shuffle. Let's see what they have here for you. All right. So what are their thoughts? Let's look at that first here. Getting into the mind of C. Scary. Woo. I'm just kidding. And then what are their intentions? All right. Those are their intentions. All right. So 3 and 3. Well, they're very balanced. Are they a Libra? They like things to balance out. Let's see here. All right. Well, so those were their thoughts. Well, those are definitely thoughts there. And then intentions. All right. All right. So it doesn't look too bad here. Good news, right? So their thoughts are, here's Knight of Air, which is thoughts, right? Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, Taurus, very grounded, a grounded individual. So that makes sense. So Knight of Air is movement of thought and belief and mindset. So their minds are, having this movement and this change, this way of looking at things here. And so I feel like they're one of the big things that they're searching for is to see things from a different perspective. And they definitely have, with the Eight of Fire here, Eight of Wands, a lot of passion. So there definitely is physical and energetic attraction there. And and I like how with this Knight of Air, it feels like you're changing their minds and not about yourself specifically, but just about relationships and things. So I feel like with your interactions, they're like, hmm, you kind of make them think, if that makes sense. And the Four of Earth, there is this stability here with the Four of Pentacles. You know, it's about a solid foundation in the outside world. It's has this feeling of home. When you think of Pentacles being the outside world and four being like four walls, it's like this is a home. And I feel like your energy actually makes like their inner child. And I know if this sounds weird, but like when our inner child feels unsafe or out of control, it does stupid stuff, but when they're around you, it just feels like you help bring this it's like they feel safe, and it's interesting. Your energy makes them feel safe, and that's cool. That's cool. Um, oh, wow, Dulcie, sorry. And then intentions here, well, we've got that their intentions, your human's gonna be happy about this because the Wheel of Fortune is about abundance, but it's also the tune of for you, the for tune. And so their intentions towards you, your human's gonna be like, "Oh, I like this. I'm on board with this, right? Because it says that everything is always for us, but our human sometimes goes, how is that for me? And the Wheel of Fortune though says even your humans like, oh yeah, I see how that's for me, and I like that because you got the Elder of Water, the King of Cups, balancing of heart and mind. So there is both mental stimulation and emotional stimulation coming in there, which is interesting. Um, you know, I feel like they want to get to know you more because in some way you feel intriguing to them mentally, and you're just different and you're teaching them going, wow, I feel like in the beginning because they've dated or um yeah, yeah, I hear what you're saying there. Yeah, so that is it's the kids have fun and it's not scary, you have the joy, so that makes total sense with that feeling of home and feeling safe. It's like, yeah, I feel like I can be goofy with you, I can be myself with you type of thing, right? And, but this, yeah, this elder of water with this balancing of, where I was saying was, they just brought it back to my head that with the people they dated and interacted with in the past are kind of all just fit in the same bucket. It's like they're all the same, and they when they met you, they're like, "Well, I guess they're like them too," and you're like, "No, they're not." And like you said, you are weird. You're different, and that's where they're like, "Okay, so not everyone is like that," because you are unique and different. I feel, and the high priestess here too i- is this message. She's very psychic, very intuitive, very, in touch with her empathic abilities. I feel like you just trust your instincts because they're right on the money here with their intentions. I feel like you are picking up these vibes and you're correct. I feel like with the high priestess, that tells you that you are um, picking up what they're putting down in a way, if that makes sense. So I do like that for you, Amanda. I mean, it feels very, very positive whenever I get the King of Cups too in a relationship type of question. The King of Cups kind of represents like the ideal and balanced person. He even said he seems balanced. They have this balance between heart and mind. They can communicate, they can share their feelings, they can express their emotions, and I feel like the more and more that they like that safety around you, the more they that expands, they like are able to be vulnerable more and share, and be just like this balanced individual, like balanced, wow, and not balanced boring, but balanced like, damn, all right, I like it. I like them for you. So that's what's coming in, Amanda. Hopefully that is helpful for you there. And I like it. That's funny. The bottom of the deck, even though it's a strength card, I feel like Beauty and the Beast. It's like your uh, spirit guides are being funny. You are very welcome, and thank you again so much for your donation as well. All right, so let's scroll back up here, and we left off with Goddess Angelic Vibes, and I'm going to be on for about 10 more minutes. And as I mentioned earlier, if I don't get to your free reading in this session, then I shall return later this afternoon since I only got a handful of free readings done. I'll come back and complete those out. It just be a couple, 2 to 3 hours from now. All right. So, Goddess Angelic Vibes. You'd like a love reading. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about love, love, love? Well, with the Eight of Cups and the Page of Cups, the Eight of Cups is telling you that for new love to come in, it's time to make room in your heart for new love to come in. And the Eight of Cups is about leaving behind emotions that no longer serve you and relationships that no longer serve you. And it doesn't necessarily mean romantic relationships. Like if you already cut off all my relationships with my exes and any romantic partners or whatever. Um, this is about all the emotional energy that you're investing into people that don't give you a whole lot back consistently. I know relationships of any kind, whether it's friends, family, lovers, romance, whatever, it fluctuates. Sometimes we give 90 and sometimes they give 90. That's healthy. There's our bests change every day, and sometimes our best is 50%, 30%, 20%, and then they make up the difference, and vice versa another day. But if you're the one that's consistently giving 80, 90% all the time or majority of the time, you're like, is this really healthy? Because all that emotional energy you're investing, you don't have it to invest in a romance or a love, right? And so I love this setting boundaries emotionally with this Eight of Water, this Eight of Cups, where you are backing off, giving 50%, or you know which ones you're like, I'm done with it anyway, to zero. I'm taking that emotional energy back. I'm taking that emotional energy back. I'm cutting that back. I'm cutting that back. I'm cutting that back. And that's going to open up the ability for you to be open, giving yourself this love, allows this to come back to you, allows this. It's like you're raising your love vibration, which allows a higher love to come in, and it draws love into your life. So that's what's coming in first there for you, Goddess Angelic Vibes. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. All right. So thank you, Love1234. I do see your donation came in here. So thank you for your additional donation. And let us do that. And then this will probably be my last reading for this session. Here in a moment after I finish here, I will grab the screenshots and before I head off over to my Praying Mantis member session, and I'll make some other quick other things to announcements for you guys too, real quick here. All right, so love number one. Let's take a look here. All right, let's take a look here and see, are you limiting yourself, selling yourself short? Let's take a look here. What else do they want you to know about that here? Yeah, I feel like you got the Judgment card, which is your higher self calling you to this higher calling, and the Ace of Fire, the Ace of Wands, new passion, a new passion, a different passion. So I feel like it is settling in a way, because you could do so much more and you have a higher calling, and this is just a step on the way to it. and it's just something that it's like a stepping stone. I don't feel like you'd be there a very, very long, long time, anyway, but I do feel like, since you're asking the, spirit, am I am I settling? Am I limiting myself by thinking this is the only job that I could do? And it's like, yeah, you can do so much more. You have this passion that comes in here. Yeah. There's a great book. Do I have it over here? If you're unsure of what like your life purpose is and what you want to do, this is a great book by Sahara Rose, which is Discover Your Dharma. I'm reading it right now. Um, and that's what we're going to be reading next after we finish the book we're in now in our praying mantis uh, sessions too, which is it's a great book. It's life purpose. It helps you understand what is your energy good for, like what is the alignment there. So yeah. All right. And then number two, you want to know, are you going to be getting a job at BM? Right. And is it better to take that over the music assistant job? All right. Let's see which is for your highest experience here between those two. All right. Well, you've got this Seven of Pentacles is a patience and slow movement card here. So I don't feel like you get fast action at BM here. And, the Justice card, yeah, it's kind of the same here, right? There's a different door that is opening up for you here. Yeah, I know it's a kind of a mute point, right? But you got the Two of Cups. And I like this, that is it better to take that over the music assistance? The Two of Cups says that you get to choose. It'd be like, again, two doors to choose. You get to choose how you feel about anything, it's like you could choose to be happy in anything that you do. And but I feel like with this Two of Cups, there's this choice coming up here. And with it being Two of Cups, I feel like the emotional choice is, are we settling to do something of lower vibrational emotion when there's so much more that you could do, but there's no wrong choice, I feel, when they're talking about this, because even when if you choose to go in under door, the old door here, um, it eventually leads you back to this door anyway. It's like it takes you in a circle, you come back out, and then that's there for you. I love this message of, them saying, just be aware that whatever unfolds, whatever's meant for you, whatever's fated for you will never pass you by. And the stuff that is not fated for you, it's all above and beyond extra um, adventures anyway. And so I feel like there's like this kind of this fear of I'm doing the wrong thing, I'm making the wrong choice, I need to make the best choice. Da, da, da. It's like enjoy the adventure, follow your heart, let your heart decide what it wants and where you want to go. And again, like this, if you're unsure of like, well, I don't even know, I've always kind of followed what everyone wanted me to do, what I thought I was supposed to do. And when you have the opportunity, if you could do anything you wanted in the world, it's like so overwhelming because we don't know. And so you go on the scavenger hunt, try to discover what makes my heart sing. And so you go visit places, watch videos of things, ask people who are doing jobs that seem interesting, and you really start discovering more and more about what you're wanting. Even in this Dharma book, they have like a little short test that asks you questions to help you determine it. And ultimately, they kind of bring you down to this, you know, um, teacher, nurturer, visionary, entrepreneur, artist, researcher, what's I think, yeah, entertainer, activist, warrior, so there's these different energies that we helps us identify, what that is. So hopefully that helps. But that's what they have for you, love. So thank you again for your donation. And for everyone else, before I head off here and I start taking screenshots here, I did just put out winter summer solstice pick a cards. which talks about these next 3 months starting like December 21st through March 21st. Yeah, that's spring. So, spring and fall, depending on which side of the world you're on. So be sure to check that out. It has some extra fancy options in there, because it also has a theme for each zodiac sign and gives you a little breakdown of the planets and how they impact different areas of our life. And you can, if you know your birth chart, you can see how that area of your life is impacted. So I thought that was a nice little twist that they put in there. And then also we had a Capricorn season. Happy birthday to all you Capricorn sun babies. This is the pick a card for everyone, but there's also a bonus birthday reading for Capricorn sun babies. So be sure to check that out. And if you haven't checked out the monthly winners yet, I do have monthly giveaways. This talked about the November giveaways. The changes I'm kind of switching up on monthly giveaways and an opportunity to win a 30-minute past life recorded reading. Because, yes, here was my other announcement. I'm now offering past life readings to the public. They're on half off until the end of the year. So you got a couple weeks to get them at half off. So there you go. That is all the announcements. And I have a ton of other pick cards available on my main page too. So while you're waiting for your free readings this afternoon, you can go check those out. I have a playlist that mentioned by abundance and by relationship, etc. So be sure to check it. All right, I'm just going to take some screenshots because when I come back this evening or this afternoon, I will be going down in order, first come, first serve, as they appeared in this chat. And I will pin a comment in that new video when I come back on of the order in which they all also were completed. So, um, and of course, make sure you have your notification set to all, and then you'll be notified when I come back on live this afternoon. All right. So I'm just scrolling here, making sure I'm capturing all of them here. I'm impressed that I was able to do that, talk and do this at the same time. All right. Let's see here. We got here. So we're to here. All right. Almost to the bottom here. And again, thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It does help spread the Zen love, and you're part of the Love Tsunami. So I really, really appreciate that. All right, so I've got them all here. All right, and as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, please remember that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're out in the world. And until I see you again, much love to you. You hang in there and you take care. See ya.